So, yeah. Here we are. As we get into ByuN versus Clem, best of 5 in the top right-hand corner. It is going to be our blue Terran player, ByuN. Wow, Harstum with the 112-month resub, all aboard this hype train to Pound Town. Guys, if you... I mean, this is the moment. Harstum has just become the hype train conductor. If you've ever heard of a hype train of legendary status, this is probably the one, because Harstum just started it off. So, you know, the legend himself coming in, hype training us off. Let's get into this game, though. ByuN in the top right is our blue Terran player. In the bottom left, our red Protoss from Team Liquid is Clem, as we get this all started underway. And we look to figure out what our plan will be. A little bit of TVP then, as you see, initial probe just coming across the map here from Clem initially. He's just going to bring this straight over the other side. Thank you so much. Scorpion SC3 coming in with the 5 gifted subs as well, as we hit them out to Acaroni, Spooky the Sloth, Stein Siru, Exil VX, and Roger. Hope I did an accurate enough representation of that final one. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Wow, guys. A level 2 hype train. Legendary status, like I said. I appreciate it. I have just spent the last 10 minutes selling out already, though. So, back to actual StarCraft. Let's talk games. Let's talk ByuN Clem. Clem's Protoss continues to look very good. ByuN has really continued to struggle against this, against Clem as an opponent since he started playing Protoss, and it's definitely been a very consistent matchup from Clem. I'd say, again, ByuN would typically be able to take a map. In a best of 5, I'd be surprised if ByuN did not take a map. But I think you've got to say that it's Clem favored based on the history that these two have with each other playing this matchup over the past 6 months or so. 5 months or so even. It's not even been that long. They've still played quite a lot because obviously they're both online grinders, meeting in a lot of WardiTV tournaments and other online cups and so on as well. So I'm just going to be hitting that CC for a couple of moments. And we will have ourselves the little bit of a delay here from Clem as he comes in early with just a couple of units. He built his gateway on the low ground. Nope, he didn't. That was just a complete and utter lie. For some reason, I really thought he built his gateway on the low ground. I just saw it then and I was like, oh, is that why this is showing up so fast? No, he literally just built a Zealot and 2 Adepts, and he's going to come up and trade it out a little bit. So he's going to put some work in right away. Here is we have a couple of Marines still going in after the Adepts. Adepts just about getting away on low HP, and they will stay alive, which is a big deal. There's a couple of Marines trying to pull on out of there as well. As yo, thank you so much, John, on the $5 on the YouTube saying YouTube hype train. Yeah, why should Twitch have all the fun? Where's the big old YouTube sellout button? You know. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. It's actually crazy the amount of support we've had on the YouTube channel the last couple of days. It really feels like the community's kicking off over there lately. So thank you so much. Super appreciate it as we have ourselves a blink coming through. Extra gateways coming up from Clem. We still have ourselves these Adepts going to get in. They're going to intercept and kill off that Hellion. As the blink will be coming through. It's about halfway done currently, so blink halfway. And we'll see where we go with it as 2 more gates come online. That is going to take us up to 4 gates. So Clem going to go quite aggressive with the blink. A little bit more aggressive than you'd usually expect, because obviously, typically I'd say it's fair to say like 3 gates is really the meta and the commonplace build right now. I would say 4-gate Blinkstalk has actually fallen out of favor in a big way, so it seems like a factor there as well as the medevac flies in overhead. Just going to be doing some healing, a few Marines unloading. Tank with some other Marines gathering up as we'll do a little bit of healing also there, so a little bit more on that one. And the tank just going to reposition. Liberator still producing. Here's our Stalker army of Clem continuing to step up for the moment, and is going to get ready to start applying pressure. Obviously, Blink not done yet, but will be done soon. He uses the Prism to evacuate that first Stalker away from the second tank shot that was about to land. As yo, Nerleton, thank you so much for the 200 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the biddies. As our Stalkers are going to go and step up here again. They're going to blink for that tank. That goes down instantly. ByuN has a lot of Marines in the main. The next tank is in the main base as well. He's not relocating that. SCV's going down. Clem with the micro here so far, allowing him a very good trade. He's lost only the 2 Adepts and a Zealot. He's yet to lose a Stalker. Still yet to lose a Stalker, quite frankly, as we continue to trade out. We continue to fight. I mean, a few probes went down on the other side. There's a little bit of harassment. The Liberator showing up. Like I say, over on this side, not losing a Stalker is a little bit of a statement. Blinks into the main base, gets a tech lab. Finally, our first Stalker goes down to this tank that never relocated initially. And ByuN's going to say GG. That was too good of a trade from Clem. And ByuN's going to admit that bouncing back from that one is unlikely to really be happening. And there you go. So, GG's, and we are going to have ourselves... Top right side, blue Terran player is going to be ByuN. And in the bottom left, our red Protoss is Clem. Drop a gateway into the main. It's going to get that set up to begin with. Let's just have ourselves Amygdala here setting up for the moment. Getting the assembler coming through, getting set up. The barracks and the gate coming through. I'm just going to be having ourselves the SCV and the probe coming out and about as well. So a little bit of setting up, a little bit of establishing. Similar drops in, Cybercore finishing up. Let's see building. And Marine just continuing to bounty here. We'll just be scouting as ByuN looks for some info in these early stages. You thought Clem was the Terran the entire first match and the colors were messed up? No. No, Clem plays Protoss versus Terran. He has done so ever since Home Story Cup back in December. He has not played a TvT in literal months. This is genuinely how he plays versus Terrans. But easily, I do it as well. Sometimes I'm like, I know I'm in a Clem game and my brain just slips a moment. I'm like, yep, he has Clem's Marine because Clem's a Terran player, you know. It is fascinating when you cast a lot and you kind of realize a lot of the blanks that your brain fills in a lot of the time, and a lot of the the hand holding it does to kind of like I guess just habitual things that you kind of lean back onto, and then sometimes when those little things change, it's like, oh no, that's incorrect, and it's like, oh, my bad, my brain just went on autopilot, you know. My brain is literally hardwired to cast, apparently. The Marine's going to move up. Twilight Council about to finish up here from Clem. The Warp Gate, the Stalker, Probe, all continue to produce through too. Let's just see that hallucination continue to scout. Trying to get toward the main base. Going to get turned around by a couple of Marines currently. I'm just going to push that back the other direction. Again, the barracks number 3 coming in from ByuN. So he's going to play the 3 racks. ByuN not having a great time against Protoss, obviously losing out to Zaun in a pretty hefty fashion as well, like 3-0. And in a lot of those games, it really felt like he was pretty lost as well. Like, it felt like he was constantly pinned back, unable to really make much of a stand for himself. And unable to really... I mean, even against Trigger as well, he had a tough time. I feel like a lot of the games he was looking good in, he struggled as well. I mean, it's kind of been a wild day for ByuN in PvT. It's been a tough one. And ByuN got to be fairly happy though. Obviously GSL went well for him, so yeah, let's see if he can pull it back here against Clem as we head into this game number 2. Factory and the engineering bay continue to come up. The bunker coming online as well currently, so we bring that straight into play. Stimpack on the way, Forge and the Robo facility on the way out. The Stalkers of Clem begin to move out over towards the upper right-hand side. And we will have ourselves the Nexus Robo and Forge continuing through. Stalkers gathering. Stalkers looking to pressure at the front. I mean, Blink's about to finish this where Clem gets into his element and gets to his kind of best stage of the game. So we'll see how well he can handle things as the couple extra gates coming through. Obviously, not as aggressive this time around, not arriving with 4 gates of Blink Stalkers and the Prism as soon as Blink completes. So a little bit more passive from Clem. As ByuN obviously is about to have Stim and on his way to the Medivacs too, so he can really start pushing about with a very strong and large bio army in the near future. Yeah, those additional gateways come through. The +1 on the combat shield very much so still building. Concussive shells on the way out. Starport going to flip on over to the reactor. Again, that concussive shells, +1, combat shield. A little bit of everything continuing in for the moment, so got a lot more built on up. The +1 on the charge coming online. The Observer coming across to the upper right from Clem. Just going to see the Stalkers gathering for the moment. And the Prism's about halfway there. The Robo Bay coming online, so Clem showing us a pretty standard follow-up here, right? He goes into those Colossus off the back of the Blink Stalkers. That really is what Clem does a lot in this matchup. He is a big fan of getting onto that position of the game where you can kind of start pushing with those Colossus. He has been very good at spotting Observers today, by the way. He had some pretty ridiculous scans against Zaun. That's another one right there where the Observer was just not really moving. He just finds it, scans it, gets rid of it. Very on point from ByuN, and that's obviously very good to see because that's the kind of play which obviously makes life a lot more difficult for the Protoss. Observers are not cheap, they're, expensive to replace. You do have to keep on replacing, it does just become a little bit difficult for sure. This is going to be seeing our Bioforce getting down to the bottom. Nexus going to take some shots. The Stalkers and the Zealots setting up here. Guardian Shield is going to be coming through. And we will see a little bit of a dive onto this Bioforce. Is this enough? I mean, I always feel like Clem is playing with the bare minimum of units to just survive. But now he loses the sentry. 4th base has to cancel. There's a couple Zealots across the map. Nothing too major as ByuN. But probably look to try and get through for a little bit more damage here still. As he continues to step forwards in these early stages. The pylon is going to get jumped on. A couple of probes are going to drop. The assimilator taking damage as well. There's a couple of those Zealots going down. Turning back around. Stalkers in trouble also. Medevac's load up. We're going to see one of those going down immediately. The next Medevac unloading in toward the main base. As the extra Stalkers come through. Another Zealot coming about. A couple of Zealots, in fact, on the way in right now. Nice little bit of jumping around from ByuN, making the most of this. Can he get rid of some of those Stalkers that are low? Yes, he can. Decent job then on target firing, but man, he lost a lot overall. Resource loss is fairly even, but that was kind of the entirety of the bio army. Meanwhile, you've got 21 Zealots here as Clem. Like, okay, that's a lot of Zealots, but it's only Zealots. All of his gas is going to stay alive, so all the Stalker count gets to remain in the game. These are things which are really going to make life easier, because Zealots are very replenishable. Stalkers and gas units much less so. And right now, ByuN is just down a little bit as Clem's going to show up onto this base. There's not a lot of units here. There's a few Zealots chasing Marines around the main. I don't think ByuN is winning in either location currently. Get the warp in on the low ground. And we'll try and set up with that as we have Marauders going down again. A few Stalkers and the Zealots still giving chase. Just going to jump onto the bunker. Going to take that out. A couple of the Widow Mines burrowing up further forward too. The rest of the bio coming about as well. Clem just has too much. That Colossus in the background is going to be a major addition that will help a lot in terms of trying to keep this cleaned up and keep this push back. GG gets called, and that is going to be Clem taking the 2-0 lead as we have ourselves in the bottom left-hand side. The blue Terran player here is ByuN. Taking on the red Protoss in the top right, Clem, who's got that 2-0 advantage. Just able to do a lot with the early game units and putting himself into some just very solid positions, and ByuN not really able to trade well enough or do enough with his openings. Like these 3 racks are not doing anything. So I feel like the entire opening of ByuN is just kind of flopping and not really, like I say, getting much achieved at all. A little bit rough as we continue buying and see where we can get to. Well, suddenly goes down. We get that set up. And we just have ourselves a probe coming across the map here from Clem. Meanwhile, the SCV is going to show up, and that's taking a route to engineering bay block, it looks like. So ByuN will take himself the opportunity to try and block this natural location, force Clem out of position with his initial expansion. Again, this lower bracket round 2, guys. Clem got knocked down here after being 2-0 up against Hero yesterday. Lost out in the end. Again, the loser of this is out in the top 6. The winner moves on through to the top 4. The WardiTV Spring Championship 2025. SCV pulling back down to the bottom left side again. The Orbital, the Marine continue to come around for the moment. Back to building the command center again online. Just going to see our second racks in the main base. We're going to go for that multi-racks opener once again here. Rear racks it is once more, like I say. Definitely seems to be the go-to plan from ByuN a lot today in this TVP. So my issue is I just don't feel like it's doing much for him, and then you're giving up so much of the potential pressure that you have otherwise, right? Because you're not factory opening, you're not dropping Widow Mines, you're not having a medevac on the map or anything. Like, these are a lot of problems that kind of come out for you very quickly. Got that third rack's finished up here. And obviously ByuN just going to take a moment before landing the CC to the low ground. The Adept Clem still trying to check a little bit of what's going on. Marines get there, and Adept will go down immediately, so it's going to be a nice little grab. Marines and Stimpack coming through. Warp Gate on the way, Blink coming about. And Gateway and the Robo Facility still very much so coming up. As the Marines are going to go chasing the Adept. And again, the Adept will continue to shade around for a couple of moments. Blink halfway done. Marines are going to get there. The Adept goes down also. Still got Stimpack, Combat Shield going through as well. Marine Marauder building up. SCVs on the way. And Stim and Combat Shield coming through. We got ourselves a ByuN army stepping forward on the maps. This Bioforce about to be upgraded. This time really coming forward, and he gets a Stalker straight away, as I think Clem's a little bit unaware of, like, oh my god, you're actually going to, like, move out? Much earlier move out from ByuN. Beforehand, he's been much more passive, staying at home. Stim is 8 seconds away, so once that kicks in, we will be able to go, and hit this mineral line. Stalker's going to fight back. We are going to turn. We are going to Stim. And we've already used the Blink now, and this obviously this mineral line is just exposed. So that's not looking too hot. I'm going to see a couple more Stalkers still being chased down. So many Stalkers just dropping down here. Damage being done as 6 workers fall under the Stalker getting chased. A few more probes. They're going to come back through as well. 13 workers killed so far still. Now 20, 22. And these last few Marines will target down a couple more probes. 24 workers have died. And ByuN finally just comes across the map with the 3-axe. This time actually utilizes what the 3-axe is typically known for. And gets 24 probe kills early. And ByuN will fight back a little. He is not dead yet in this series. That one is definitely a move that is going to give us a little bit of confidence that ByuN has some fight back potential for sure. Starport finishing. Marine Marauder coming up. +1 attack coming through. A charge is building here from Clem, so that comes in on the Twilight. A little bit of fire comes through. Just going to knock down the Observer. Still going to be seeing the other Stalkers trying to come through once again. We have ourselves the +1 and the Concussor Shells coming about. Stalker's still gathering. Stalker takes a few more volleys as we just have this Bioforce able to keep the Stalkers away. So Clem not really getting anything with the map control now. Charge about to finish for him, but again, has to rebuild the workers. And all that time spent rebuilding workers is minerals invested and minerals not mining. That could have been a whole lot more gateways. It could have been a whole lot more of a bunch of things, really. But now it doesn't really come to fruition as the Bio steps up. Couple Stalkers going down. Zealots warping here as we have ourselves the Bioforce still gathering. Coming back up together, a few more Zealots getting built. My army will go straight after the rocks, and the rocks already going to be knocked down here. The Zealots still gathering up. Sentry 2. The Zealots still warping in as the Bio army is going to go, and well, continue to make some plays. Immortal pops out, still going to chase through. The Zealots are going to charge. Stalkers as well. Clem's starting to make a bit of a defense here, starting to get a hold. Again, the Immortal able to hit from the back. The Stalker's getting a lot of shots off too. The Zealot's doing a good job of just buffering in the front as well. Definitely making a big helping hand on this. That Bio army really does try and keep moving forward here. It gets picked off. The Stalkers get chased and turned away once again. So it gets hunted down. A couple of Zealots going to fall. A couple of Stalkers getting hit too. A few more shots coming in, and again, it's just back and forth. ByuN still has a worker lead. He still has an army lead. He still has an upgrade lead. Even when +1 finishes here from Clem, the armor is on the way from ByuN. So ByuN's still ahead in a lot of ways. It's just actually putting the finishing blow on kind of attacking across the map into Clem is not easy. It's one of the ways in which Clem's PvTs always impressed me. That ability to kind of stay alive and to stay fighting at all points. So the Zealots are going to pull. The SCVs are going to pull away. Do we have enough over here to defend them? That's going to be our question, or has Clem sent a few too many Zealots across the map? The Widowmines there are going to do great if, you know, we walk into them. Now there's a Colossus also. I've got to say, that looks a lot scarier than you maybe would have liked it to. There's a couple of those shots continuing about here. We just have ourselves the Bio going to be forced to step back. Gets rid of the Zealots, but as the Zealots are gone, we still have the Colossus and the Immortal. Scary enough to keep ByuN from kind of committing through. ByuN, obviously, so many of his reinforcements are dealing with Zealots across the map. So they've not been able to really come into play to help either, which is obviously not ideal. Just to attack, extended thermal lance coming about, a couple of Zealots over the right side. So that's just going to be charging into that mineral line. Bio in the upper left going to be setting up as well. Still got ourselves the 2-2. The couple more 2-2 on the way. A couple Marauders and Marines Ghost Academy building, and ByuN also getting the Vikings ready to deal with the Colossus in the near future, so obviously that is a couple of Colossus that are already out here. ByuN's army is still sizable, about a 30 army supply advantage at this point, so sizable for the moment. Can he do enough with it to keep pushing this Protoss army away? Clem is trying to chase ByuN down a little bit. And there's so much damage taken. Clem trying to hang on in there and pull this game back some way, somehow, from a point of typically no return for a Protoss. 20 workers to the 3 Rex. It wasn't just workers, he lost some Stalkers too. Like, there was no immediate counterattack to offset some of that damage taken. And Sentry Warp in. Going to collect together with everything else here from Clem. Fire on the bottom. Medivacs coming about. Subtle charge up. Marine gets killed. Still got a couple of Vikings and the Ghosts being added on for the moment as the army heads down to the bottom left. Subtle charge straight forward. The first Marauder goes down with instant effect. And one of the Medivacs already getting nibbled at too. A couple of Vikings are going to go and push themselves straight onto the Colossus. 2 Colossus going down very quickly. EMP's obviously getting rid of those shields instantly. Speeds up this entire process. And now we're going to chase. If the Colossus go down, you've got no splash damage as Clem. With no splash damage, we are going to see GG's. And this is going to go to a game 3, a game 4 of this best. So yeah, apologies for... I've just been a little bit slow in sort of explaining things sometimes. My train of thought's definitely lost a couple of times. In the top right-hand side, our blue Terran player is going to be ByuN. As we take on the red Protoss in the bottom left-hand corner, we have ourselves Clem. Game 4 coming in here on Sandworm. Have ourselves the racks and a couple of refineries coming up and online, so no surprises there. ByuN is going to go for the double gas. Maybe a bit of aggression to set him off here on Sandworm. Let's see if he's chasing. Probe gets turned around. Again, that barracks is going to be rolling here. In a second, Reaper starts, Orbital starts. Get that underway. This probe still continuing back and forth for a few moments. Nexus building, the Cybercore setting up. Have ourselves the pylon as an addition. Okay guys, just to reiterate, so GSL qualifiers do not get streamed by GSL. Apparently Crank did stream some of them as the replays became available. I'm sure a lot of people will be streaming them across the course this week, so I'm sure you can find them on a bunch of people's channels. I will probably do a stream of them on Wednesday and Thursday. Probably spoiler free, and I'm pretty sure the replay pack is qualifying matches only. So we'll just run through all of those over the course of like 2 days. Something like that, sounds good. So yeah, I think that's going to be our game plan. So if you want to see the GSL qualifier games, we'll do it Wednesday and Thursday. I just can't really do it any sooner. Tuesday I've got as a full day off. Yeah, I'm not going to be here at all on Tuesday. It's my first proper full day off in quite a while. Well, I guess I had Easter Sunday off as well. It's one of the few days off I've had this month. We've been busy streaming all month long. So I'll not be here Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Monday's obviously WardiTV Mondays. Obviously tomorrow is WardiTV Spring Championship Finals, so Wednesday is really just our next day to kind of do it. So that'll be when I do it. Like I say, you'll probably catch them on a bunch of other channels long before then. So enjoy them wherever you choose to watch them. I'm excited to get into some GSL myself. As a starport coming through, CC building, Cyclone, and a couple of Marines all coming out. The Reaper of ByuN will come across the map as well, heading down to the bottom left-hand corner currently. And Gateway coming about. The Blink coming online. Marines and the Siege Tank coming up as well. Cyclone will lock on. The Adepts are going to get chased. That first Adept going down already. So one Adept will just fall straight away. Just going to have our Blink still very much so coming through on the Twilight Council. And the Stalker will be punching through that Reaper. So the Reaper goes down in the main base as well. That will drop as Marines and the Cyclone of ByuN make their way through the top and over to the far left. Uplink is coming through. Siege Tank, Banshee, Marines, Cloaking. All continue to come through. Uplink coming in. Clem. And the next is coming about. Just getting that set up on the third. Just a couple of Marines get going. The Cloak coming through. Yeah, just getting set up, guys. Charges on the way here from Clem as well. Just going to get that Chrono boosting along. Very passive game, no? Just very chill. The Reaper and the Adept going down. We'll see what I mean, that's not going to last forever because obviously the Banshees are coming across. At the very least, they are going to be able to start doing some damage here in the near future. The Banshee comes around the top side. Starport going to swap on over. The Barracks will switch over to the Tech Lab as well in a few moments. Get all of that ready as we play a bit of swap-a-doodles. Again, those Banshees gathering up as well. And Siege Tank, Marauder, Stim. A little bit of everything coming through in that regard. Just have ourselves the +1 of the charge coming online. Third Nexus setting up. And the Observer of Clem begins to move out onto the map. So, well, I was going to, but now it's going to pull back. Decided to go a different way. And 7 +1 coming about here. Just getting ourselves the charge and the +1 on the way from Clem. Waiting for some action as everyone's just sat back, chilling for the moment. Marines get the Observer. Tanks gather. Probe still moving across. So another couple of Zealots coming around. We do see the Banshees heading around in the main base as well. So again, just moving about a little bit with these guys. Observer going to be there, keeping an eye on said Banshees, seeing what they're up to. Again, Stim Combat and +1 all coming by for the moment. Rubber Bay and the Immortal coming up. 5 more Zards coming through. The Stalkers and a couple more Zards setting up as well. As those upgrades finish up on the side of ByuN, you can see the couple of Banshees coming through on the bottom side. Still got the +1 coming about. Colossus coming over. The army of Clem getting between the natural and the third base. The army is going to be moving through from ByuN right now, so away we go. Quite a sizable force, right? 3 tanks, good amount of bio. I mean, it ought to be for how slow going this game has been. Not been anything to kind of interact with. I'm going to build the third on position during this as he sets up. Clem is he just going to go diving in immediately. The Colossus trails behind. He blinks in with immediate effect, so no fear at all in that regard. Just gets going straight away. I don't know how great that really was. I mean, he does knock down all of the Siege Tank, which is obviously great. Brings the Observer back because he was worried about being able to actually see the Banshees. Blinking through and getting a grab there as we continue to play the chase. So Clem is going to push ByuN back. I felt like the initial part of this trade was not great for Clem, but like I said, at least you got rid of the Siege Tanks to get rid of a lot of the power that's there. A lot of the, factory units are now gone. We see obviously a couple of Widow Mines being brought into play. Those are the only real factory units left on the map currently. So a moment or so here where Clem can come across this map and now start applying some pressure as he steps over. We have ourselves the CC just building up in the center. +2 in the center. Thermal Lance coming about. The Bio still getting chased away for a few moments. Those Zealots still being chased for now. And +2 Thermal Lance coming about. The CC coming over. The Bio Force going to try and jump in. A couple of Stalkers taking hits already as well. That Mortal's going to go down too. Clem might have just come a bit too far. I mean, ByuN, another stem, no? Oh, sees a Colossus on the bottom side. Clem with a miss rally. So Colossus goes down. Might not have even been a miss rally versus just a rally that came in at an unfortunate time. Because obviously it wanted to be here. Clem's army is nearby. Just the way that this army being pushed and Clem not keeping track of it is going to end up being punishing. I get rid of the other Colossus. Like I said, I was surprised ByuN didn't chase that more aggressively in the first place. Really felt like that was going to be a pretty obvious and pretty easy option for him to kind of go for. Two more gates coming about. The Colossus coming in. Add a battery on this group of Zealots. Just going to work through the rocks here. The Marine's just going to be able to knock down the obs. ByuN again has been an absolute observer sniper today. I'm scared because I'm observing this game right now. He might shoot me down next the way he's going. He's not left one on the map, I swear. There's a couple of those Zealots get chased away too. So Clem unable to really get anything going there. And ByuN definitely taking a bit of control on the army supply at the moment. So definitely looking to go a little bit nicer right now. Just have ourselves a selection of these units from Clem once again trying to step up. Again, using the Colossus range and these little teeth in the middle of the map going to make it awkward. ByuN actually going to lose a lot of units during that. And now the Stalker's going to get rid of a Medevac too with their blink. Also able to zone some HP off of a Viking too, which is nice. Because obviously you really want to start making sure that they're not in too high in numbers, that this Colossus can live through as well. Bio fights back. A couple Zealots getting chased the other way. Ghost, Marine, Marauders, Marines, Vikings, and Mines. Bit of everything coming through. The army of Clem pulling back a second. Widow Mine goes down. Second Widow Mine going down as well. Obviously, ByuN's taking this forward gold base for the middle of the map. I'm a little bit worried because obviously it's a more difficult position for him to defend than it might need to be. Like, if he was over here, it'd be much easier. It's much more of a choke for the Protoss to move through. Right now, Clem is utilizing these Colossus very well in an open space. So he can kind of get everything through as well. Zealots can get a good wraparound if they commit. And ByuN taking damage on that orbital. Zealots are still just... I mean, the thing is as well, Clem is just walking units across the map. So this is also just closer for Clem to walk units too. Pulling back, keeping the Colossus alive, getting them to target the SCVs a little. A few Zealots from the middle get turned back the other way. Clem still keeping those Colossus alive nicely. So much stimming because Clem is constantly forcing ByuN to fight. And as long as ByuN is fighting, he has to be stimmed. And if he's stimmed, that's a lot of damage on this army. The Medevacs are not getting enough time to heal up properly. EMPs come down at the tail end of this. One Colossus obviously fell eventually with all of the trades going on. Well, the sentries get knocked away. A couple of Zealots coming back the other side. Stalkers blinking through once again. I mean, now I feel like ByuN's maybe stepped a bit too far forward. This sequence of events has gone in Clem's favor. Felt like ByuN had a lead like 2 minutes ago, and now Clem's walking onto this gold base with not a lot to really stop him. The Banshee in the back, though, has helped to get rid of the Colossus, so we take that. That's a W. That's actually kind of well that this Banshee just hits that Colossus the entire time. Benefit of being so good at knocking down those, freaking observers, right? Is that the Banshee's actually going to have longevity in this game. It's another Zealot that gets picked off once more as a few mules drop down as we keep this gold base in mind. And back at home, we've got ourselves a 4 base going to 5 base setup from Clem. So 5 bases, going to be a very strong economy soon, while ByuN is just trying to hang on into that that third base at the moment. 45 SCVs only for ByuN as well, so he is absolutely hurting right now. Stalker step up. They find a Widow Mine there. As now we will slow and settle for a moment or two, it seems. Stalker's going to go after another mine. Just going to see the shot coming through. The Colossus is going to be just in the back there as well. We do have ourselves again the rest of this Bio Force still coming about, still getting gathered. Crows going down the other side. Banshee actually showed up over there, but this fight's about to happen, and oh my god, the Widowmine just hit all the Vikings, no? The Widowmine just helped kill the Viking. Oh god, just in case it was not already kind of looking a little bit rough for ByuN, I don't think that's going to do him any favors. The Colossus does go down, so Stalker's fighting against low HP ByuNs. The Medivacs have a bit of healing left on them. So we're going to be able to keep it going for a few more moments at the very least. Again, a couple new Colossus added on still here from Clem as well. Just trying to bring all of that up for the moment as we have ourselves the Bioforce coming through once more. Artifacts just have to lift off, peeling away. A couple Stalkers hitting the Marauders still. I'm just going to say GG. Gets bullied away in the end, and Clem is going to knock out one of the only remaining... Well, he is now the only remaining non-Protoss player. Funnily enough, he wins it as the Protoss player. He knocks out ByuN